welcome to Arizona Stadium in Tucson, Arizona for the inaugural Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl presented by CampusInsiders.com. Two members of the Mountain West Conference will kick things off in year number one, and it'll be the Wolfpack of Nevada taking on the Rams of Colorado State. Hello again, everybody. Along with former NFL running back Doug Chapman, I'm Ron Thula. Now, these teams play in the Mountain West Conference. They did not play each other during the regular season, but they do have 6 common opponents. That helps with the prep work.
And there's a lot of familiarity between these two programs. The schools, you said it, didn't play each other during the regular season, but these guys know each other pretty well. They've got history. They've played against these kids. Mike Bobo's staff at Colorado State may not have ever coached against this team, but they've seen film. You watch 6 games on your opponent, you're pretty familiar with what's going on.
Well, you look at these two teams. There are a lot of similarities between the two when you look at the numbers. Both rely on the run game a lot. Both of them are pretty balanced when it comes to offense as far as yardage is concerned. And when it comes to points a game, allowed, both average giving up about 27 points a game. What's the turning point here?
Yeah, teams are very, very similar. Also tied for 6th in the Mountain West Conference in total defense. They run the ball to set up the pass. They can move the ball, very balanced offensively, and on defense, they get pressure on you off the edge, have premier edge rushers for both teams, and on the back end in the secondary, the safeties and corners can run, cover, and hit. This should be a very close ball game. Whoever doesn't turn the ball over wins this.
Well, the head coach for Nevada, Brian Polian, in his 3rd year, he stresses a lot that it's not about him. He really cares about his players. He's worked with some of the greats in his career, Jim Harbaugh at Stanford, Kevin Sumlin at A&M, Charlie Weiss at Notre Dame, George O'Leary at Central Florida. And he was a 22-year-old grad student under Nick Saban. And the head coach of Mike Bobo in his 1st year, he played at the University of Georgia. He's going after his 8th win, and no Colorado State coach has ever won 8 games in year number 1, and that, of course, dates back to 1893. He showed a lot of change and growth this year with this team. He said one of the things about this squad, they're trusting each other, and they've built great relationships. And Colorado State will get the ball first. Colorado State is designated as the home team, but they are wearing their white because they're 4-0. A little superstitious there.
How you feel about superstition, Ron?
Let me knock on wood and I'll tell you. And the Colorado State offense will come out first. Last 4 games, they've really stressed the run game. 70% running. In the first 3 games, only 53% run.
But that's how you break in a young quarterback. Nick Stevens filling in for Grayson, who's now in the NFL. Fantastic quarterback here for Colorado State. Stevens has had his ups and downs, but running the ball helps a young quarterback get comfortable.
And because they've been running the ball a lot, he's completed 65% of his passes. This pass, he is hit as soon as he lets it go, and it is incomplete. Now, the opening drive for Colorado State has been good the last 4 games. In this 4-game win streak, they've scored on their first possession. This is a team that likes to get out front early. Their best scoring quarter is the first.
And very rare they come out on first down throwing the ball, a little bootleg action. He hits his own lineman. Looked like that was number 77, Jake Bennett, who was hit with the ball. Lucky that ball wasn't picked off.
This time Stevens goes over center, fakes it. They want to complete the easy passes, and he's 0 for 2 to start things out.
And Ian Seau comes off the edge. Talked about those edge rushers, very aggressive. Seau, someone you have to keep an eye on. Find number 8 pre-snap. If he doesn't get to the quarterback, he gets up, gets his hands up. Another tip ball. 2 passes they're open up with on offense. 2 balls incomplete and tipped in the air. Let's not get an interception if you're Colorado State.
One thing Colorado State, Doug, did not want to get into, and that is 3rd and long, because they've turned into a running team. Now they're going to have to throw the ball, and Vaden goes wide to the top of your screen. Stevens straight drop, has some time, rifles it over the middle, pass caught, first down to Hansley. Over the 40-yard line, up to the 43-yard line, 5'10", 180-pound senior.
And we talked to offensive coordinator Will Friend, and he said how impressed he's been with this offensive line. The protection left tackle, Nick Callender, picks up Seau, allows Stevens time to sit in the pocket and find Ansley. Now, that's what they've got to do. They've got to be able to protect the quarterback, keep bodies off of him, keep hands out of his face, get him comfortable in the pocket. If so, he could have a big night.
I'll tell you, we're going to talk a lot about Hensley in this game. He is one of the most underrated receivers in the conference. Back to Dawkins. Stevens keeps it, throws, pass incomplete. Intended for Hensley.
Now, I'm going to tell you, see that guy right there? You got to send it. You might start sending it back to number 8 side, because Sayal has been getting in the backfield every time. He hasn't gotten to the quarterback yet. He's tipped the ball. He gets to Stevens there, knocks him down after the pass. But they've got to find a way to contain him. If he starts to get into a comfort zone of getting in the backfield, it could be a long night.
I tell you, look at Sayal. He led the Mountain West in sacks, had a breakout year last year, increased his numbers this season. 2nd down and 10 now for the Rams at the 48-yard line. Dawkins bangs his way down to the 45. Short pickup of about 2 on the play. Dawkins has been nursing a hamstring. They weren't sure if he's going to be able to go 100%. His helmet comes off, so he's going to have to come out. And Jason Oden will come in, the senior out of Buffalo, New York. He rushed for just under 700 yards this year.
And, Ron, you talk about Dawkins. They said there's a guy they have to tell him in practice sometimes, calm down, big fella. They said he practices at 110%. Hard to slow him down. He goes so hard. Has a hamstring, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's been running the ball this evening.
Izzy Matthews is checked in now at running back. The freshman out of Redding, California. He's seen a lot of playing time since this win streak started. Stevens hit as he throws. Picked off. Down to the 42-yard line. Stevens took a hit immediately, and it ended up in the hands of Rakeem Yates.
And once again, Sayal off the edge. He's blocked. He got left tackle. Callan right there. Nice. Doesn't get back into his kick step very well. And that's all it takes. Sayal runs the hump, is able to get to the quarterback. This is technique. Look at the strip. Goes right for the quarterback's passing arm. If that last name sounds familiar, yes. He is the nephew of Junior Sayal. Yeah. Great bloodline there and great play by Ian Sayal.
You know, we talked to Sam Carlson, the right tackle of Colorado State yesterday. I said, you know, you got beat by Sayal last year. And he goes, he's fast. We've seen it tonight. Now the first look of Nevada's offense. Tyler Stewart, the quarterback. Low snap. Throws it out of the flat. Pass is complete at the 40-yard line. It'll be right to the line of scrimmage. That'll be to Jericho Richardson. Now, Don Jackson, one of the 2,000-yard rushers, he is not going to play in the first quarter. He has been suspended because of violation of team rules. He will play in the second, but he's got a 1,000-yard rusher behind him.
Yeah, he's got a James Butler. They talked about when he got here as a freshman, was a bit limited, had a staph infection in his foot. They weren't sure what he could do, but once the boot came off, he's been running ever since, earned playing time, and him and Jackson make up one of the most formidable backfields, and not just the Mountain West Conference, but in college football.
I'll tell you, Butler and Jackson have a very unique relationship also. And here's Butler, left side. Got the first down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Let's check in with one of our sideline reporters here, Shea Pepler.
Hey, guys. Yeah, you talked about that unique relationship between Don Jackson, the senior, and James Butler, the sophomore. The two of them together are inseparable, coaches tell us. Coaches tell they room together on the road, and they basically don't leave each other's side. When it comes to the football field, they sub in for each other. It's as simple as making eye contact. One goes in for one series, one goes in for the next series. So a really unique relationship. We'll see Don Jackson here in the second quarter, guys.
I don't think I've ever heard, Shea, that they said the running backs pretty much sub themselves. When the coaches were telling us yesterday.
It's sometimes you know your teammates so well you can read his body language. He looks over, actually know when he's ready to come out.
This time Stewart keeps it, cuts up field inside the 20, knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Stewart only rushed 91 times this year, averaged just over 3 yards a carry, but coaches talk about how nimble he is.
They said Stewart's not as straight line fast as Cody Fajardo, the great quarterback that was here for so many years, was, but he's very nimble, quick feet, and makes the right read, knows when to pitch it, knows when to keep it. If you followed football here for the Wolfpack over the past 2 years, you know Fajardo, 1,000-yard rusher his last season. Stevens not that type of quarterback, but can move.
Butler bangs his way down to about the 1-yard line. They'll mark it at the 2, shoved back, but it will be at the 2-yard line.
That's an excellent job by Colorado State's defensive front. Nevada comes out with a bunch formation to the right. They stack it up. Butler cuts it back over to where the power play is going. and watch the white shirts just sift through the offensive lineman, find the ball carrier, and bring him down for the top.
On 2nd and goal. Butler looking for some blocks, has to hesitate. Stacked at the 5, and he's going to lose a couple. Good penetration by that Colorado State defense led by Steve O'Michael.
And they've got Jared Gibson, 47, lined up in a wing position. It's kind of a giveaway where they want the ball to go. You've got the bodies there, but excellent job by Colorado State just not staying blocked. Defensive linemen keeping their hands and feet active, keeping the offensive linemen off of them, giving Butler nowhere to go. An excellent job by the backside, taking away the cutback.
3rd and goal now from the 5. Butler bangs his way down to the 2-yard line, bringing up a 4th down and goal situation. Butler rushing for over 1,000 yards this season, 1153, over 6 yards a carry. Coach Polian says, I just am so honored to have 2 guys like that because it changes everything when you have 2,000-yard rushers.
It absolutely does. I was part of that my freshman year at Marshall. Myself and Eric Thomas, the senior. I was a freshman. We both had 1,000 yards, and I know how much it helped that offense, kept them off balance. It kind of helped we had a guy named Randy Moss playing wide receiver, too. That opened things up. But I tell you, it's not common to see 2,000-yard rushers at the FBS level.
Fred Zuzo with the 20-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. He is now 15 for 15 inside the 50-yard line. Nevada the first to strike here at the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl in Tucson. Downtown Tucson, kind of undergoing a renaissance here in Tucson. A beautiful city. The people here have really grasped this bowl game. Of course, you go back to the Copper Bowl, the Insight.com Bowl, and a couple of years ago, some of the leaders here in Tucson said, you know, we got to get a bowl game back, and then we got the Nova Home Loans Bowl, which is good. It's good for the city because this is a city that needs a bowl game.
And the city's done an excellent job welcoming us here, Ron. We've had the red carpet laid out. I got in Sunday. It's been great ever since. This is a fantastic stadium. We're playing in the University of Arizona Stadium. I'm very, very, very pleased.
Vaden and Nutt set to return the kick. And Nutt's going to take it about 5 yards deep. Dalen Dawkins back into running back. They'll fake to him, throw it over the middle. First down, up over the 35-yard line. Rashad Higgins, his first catch of the ball game. He is their big gun, has made 66 receptions this season, had 96 last year, but his role has changed this year.
And I like the confidence of Stevens. Nice play fake, put the ball on the receiver. If Higgins gets warmed up, he can be a nightmare for secondaries.
Well, so much for running the ball 70% of the time, right? Pitch back, Dawkins gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picking up a half a yard more before Lenny Jones makes the stop. Here's some more on Hollywood Higgins, first team All Mountain West Conference, and a couple of the records he owns. The junior out of Dallas, Texas. He led the Mountain West Conference in touchdown receptions. And, of course, he holds the Colorado State all-time record in receptions.
And if you look at his numbers, they say they're down this year's receiving yards. Yeah. He's second in the Mountain West Conference in receiving, but you got a new head coach. You have a new offensive coordinator, and more importantly, you have a new quarterback. That's what's going to happen. You have to get – it takes time for rhythm. And if you're having a bad year and you've got 900 yards receiving, I'll take that from receiver in a year.
Absolutely. Penalty flag is thrown. We've got motion, illegal formation against –
number 25. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that is against Joe Hansley. Don't see that very often from the senior. Here's a good look at Mike Bobo, the head coach of Colorado State. They have a sign over their practice field that says never satisfied. And that's kind of been the way he has been ever since he worked his way into the starting lineup at Georgia, set a bunch of records as a quarterback for the Bulldogs. Of course, came here after being offensive coordinator for Georgia. Fake it to Dawkins. Stevens going near side, a little bit too long.
And he had something there.
Right, Higgins had a step on the defender.
And people always say, I don't think Higgins is the fastest.
Right.
But every time I watch him run routes, he gets separation. And there you had separation. Stevens just missed that down the rail. And that's what we talked about. It takes time. Higgins was a guy that had some injury problems in the spring, has had some injury problems this season. And timing comes with playing with a quarterback. If you're off the field, you're not going to get that But still, keep an eye on Higgins to Stevens to Higgins this entire evening.
Andrew Sellis will be back to receive the punt back at the 10-yard line. Hayden Hunt kicking it away for Colorado State, one of the best in college football, end over end. Not a whole lot of running room. Up over the 25 to the 26-yard line. We have just over 4 minutes left in the opening quarter of the inaugural Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. Wolfpack lead it by a field goal. 3-0 is their score. We're still about midway through the opening quarter. Wolfpack lead at 3-0. Once again, we want you to go to americansportsnet.com/play and answer one of our questions that we're going to be posing throughout the evening. And who's going to have the most carries tonight for the Nevada Wolfpack? Will it be that man right there, Don Jackson? Of course, he's suspended for the first quarter. Will play in the second. Or will it be that man, James Butler, the sophomore out of Bloomingdale, Illinois?
Don Jackson keeping those legs warm. Because then about 4 minutes and change, he'll be re-eligible. That's
exactly
dangerous
right
for Colorado State.
Butler's done a good job so far here in the opening quarter, though, running the football. This time Stewart will put it up. Going down the far sideline. Incomplete. Well overthrown.
And I like how both offenses are taking shots. They're not playing conservative, trying to hand the ball off and do a little play action to the tight ends and easy slants. I like the passes down the rail. They're going deep, trying to get some explosives. But the offensive line, quick three-step drop. You see the offensive lineman cut. But they're still getting bodies. You got to keep these quarterbacks clean. You're seeing too many bodies around these quarterbacks. Once again, Foster gets back there.
On 2nd down and 10. Colorado State was 7 in the box. Stewart rolls, looks, trying to buy some time. Pass caught. Up over the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line. Jericho Richardson on the reception. Let's check in with Shea on the sideline.
Hey guys, I'm told Don Jackson was suspended for a violation of team rules that occurred before the team traveled out here to Tucson. Jackson, although we just found out he's suspended for the first quarter of this football game, he knew prior to the trip out here.
Well, you know, he's such an outstanding young man, and please don't judge him the fact he's not playing in the first quarter, because he was at the hospital with some of the other teammates and visiting a children's hospital on Sunday, and he came out with tears in his eye. This young man was very touched, and he's done so much in his career, which we'll talk about throughout the evening. Here's Butler again, breaking up over the 50. That'll be good enough for a first down. And it'll get him a fresh set of downs at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Butler will try it again. Maybe a yard. You know, you look at this Nevada football team and you look at their history, and you have to say running the football is Nevada football.
It has been. It's just the pistol offense was created here at Nevada, and they buy in. They're a physical smash mouth, downhill. We're going to punch you in the mouth, and we're going to keep punching you until you submit type of football team. And when you have backs like Jackson and Butler that can get north and south, get inside, get the tough yards, and have the ability to break the long ones, that's when you're very, very dangerous. But the philosophy's been set here for years.
2nd down and 9. Butler again. Gets down to about the 22-yard line. And I love Coach Polian when he was talking to the media the other day, and somebody said about the personality of the team. He said they're a reflection of their fun-loving head coach, which I thought was good. But he was more impressed that he used a Journey song, and a lot of the players actually knew the group Journey. A little young to know the group Journey.
They were lying, Ron.
I think they were lying, too.
Those guys didn't know who Journey was. I barely know who Journey is.
Oh, come on, please.
You know I mess with you. I know who Journey is.
Well, Nevada facing 3rd down. They're 1 of 3 on 3rd down so far tonight. 3rd down and 17. And another timeout's going to be called. That's going to be the end of the quarter. And with that, we'll step aside. 2nd quarter straight ahead. Nevada leading the Rams of Colorado State 3-0. Nevada and Colorado State in the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. Nevada leads it 3-0. Colorado State coming in having won 4 straight. And for Nevada, they are just one of 4 non-Power 5 teams to advance to at least their 10th bowl in 11 years. Now they're facing 3rd down and 17. Jackson has checked into the lineup, the running back that had rushed for over 1,000 yards this season. And he's got his first carry. He's going to make good. Inside the 20-yard line, short of the first down by about 5, but a pickup of a dozen for Don Jackson, his first carry of the evening.
Nice run, angry run. You can tell he was anxious to get into the ball game. He took the play backside. It opened up back door. They wanted to run it to the left. He saw something back there, made it happen. Nice run, not enough for the first down, but a good sign for Nevada, to get Jackson back in the game running like that.
Well, Brenzuzzo will attempt a 37-yard field goal. He already has a 20-yarder. He has made 8 of his last 9. Good snap, good hold. And he's got it. So Brenzuzzo with a 20-yarder and a 37-yarder. All the scoring for Nevada so far in this football game, and they lead at 6-0.
And Zuzzo, the best kicker in the Mountain West, making close to 88% of his field goals. Came into this contest 14 of 16. And we talked to coach. They said you can get him anywhere, 48, 49, 50, and he's pretty much money. That's a great weapon to have when talking to Coach Polian.
Well, you look at him right now, and Zuzzo is now 16 of 16 inside the 50-yard line. His only 2 misses this year were from outside the 50-yard line. A good look at Coach Mike Bobo. First time in the last 4 games they didn't score on their opening possession. And it's going to be a short kick at the 1-yard line. Here's Jordan Vaden. Gets up over the 20, up to the 25-yard line. Vaden came in averaging over 33 yards a return. Decent field position for the Rams. And welcome back to Tucson, Arizona, the inaugural Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. Good to have you with us tonight. Crisp, clear night. Colorado State cheerleaders on hand have been here for the last couple of days, visiting children's hospitals and doing a lot of charity work. And I tell you, this committee did a great job of making sure the players were really engaged with the city of Tucson.
And that's what this bowl game is about. Nova Home Loans is big on community service, and the players are echoing that sentiment every time they go out.
Here's Higgins. He's got running room, looking for pay dirt, and they're going to mark him short. No, they're going to say touchdown now. Rashard Higgins with the touchdown. It covered 39 yards.
And just like that, they're back in the game. We talked about it. You can't keep Rashard Hollywood Higgins down for long. Drops the end zone pass, which would have been a touchdown, but you cannot give a receiver that talented that amount of space. You got to have a body on him. He gets inside release. There's not a defender around him for 8 to 10 yards. When he catches the ball, he catches it in stride. And I don't care. They say he's not a 4-2, 4-3 guy, but he's moving right there, Ron Thulin. Looks good, dodging through traffic, picks his way through, strong enough to fend off defenders, and then finds a way to get inside the pylon. Makes it 6 points, and just like that, this football game is tied with the extra point. They can be leading. They look like they were pedestrian on offense earlier. One play, Rashard Higgins, touchdown.
I think he was out of bounds. They're going to take another look at this because one official pointed, and that's why I said he didn't get in. They're going to mark him down, and one official pointed like he stepped out of bounds, but another official put up the touchdown sign. But watch it again before the ball crosses the plane.
It's tough to see there if he got it inside. And what the line looks like, the referee right there on the spot. He has the best view and the best angle. He threw his hands up.
See, he's out of bounds there before he even hits the pylon, though.
He's short. That ball never got across.
It was determined that the runner was out of bounds at the half-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the half-yard line.
I was saying when McElwain was here, they were a little more pass happy. It was the offense was built around getting Higgins the ball. Now they've kind of condensed things. They're using a little bit of fullback, using some H-back, 2 tight ends at times, and they're shortening the line of scrimmage. They're not running so many spread formations, which means Higgins is not getting a lot of downfield ball. They want to run to set up the pass, a little more conservative, but still over 900 yards receiving in a conservative style of offense, second in the Mountain West Conference. Great season anyway. Not a great season by him, but still a fantastic season.
Well, you see 2 receptions so far tonight, and instead it'll be first and goal from about the 1-yard line. Powering it straight ahead. No touchdown signal yet. There it is.
There we go.
Touchdown, Colorado State. Stevens just put the head down.
This is one of those deals where the quarterback comes up and he taps his center, which direction he's going to go. That's a field play. You come up as quarterback, you're underneath your center, you look, you see where you have spacing to the left, spacing to the right. He saw more spacing to the right, and it ain't rocket science. Get in there, find the gap, fall down in it, cross the plane, touchdown.
And it's his third rushing touchdown of the season. And the extra point by Wyatt Bryan. Slides it in the right upright. 42 of 45 on the season, but Nick Stevens with about a half-a-yard touchdown run, and the Rams lead the Wolfpack by 1. There's a good look at Nick Stevens out of California, the sophomore, a big kid at 6'3", 205. And he became the heir apparent. Really grasped the offense back in spring, and he just proceeded to continue to improve, and the job was his then when the season started.
And that's what it's all about, is from a quarterback perspective, when you're breaking in a new quarterback who sat behind a fantastic player in Grayson and had to watch, you want to see his progress week to week, and you also want to see him not turn the football over. Had some ups and downs, but finished the year very strong.
And here's Elijah Mitchell up the middle. Corralled as he gets to the 17-yard line. Shea Pepler's been on the sideline of Nevada. There's been a couple of guys dinged up in the game, Shea.
Yeah, guys, couple injury notes for you. First of all, Brian Lane Jr., that senior linebacker, came out. They were poking at his knee here on the sideline. They did put a brace on it. I saw him jogging up and down the sideline, but in talking to the training staff, they said they're going to sit him out the rest of this half, and they'll reevaluate at halftime if he indeed can go back into the game. As for Don Jackson, off of his last offensive series when he was on the field, he came off swearing, saying words I cannot say. They took his jersey off, taped up his shoulder. He is good to go.
That's good. And Butler is in right now, though, for Jackson.
There's no swearing in football, Ron.
Not that I know of.
Not that I ever heard. I never heard any down there.
I tell you, you got a pretty good back going Butler. He's done a nice job so far this afternoon, or this evening. Stewart, rifle in the pass, incomplete. That's one of those passes that should have been caught. And Hassan Henderson couldn't put the meat hooks on it. Tyree Simmons on the coverage.
And what I've been impressed with Colorado State's cornerbacks, they're outmatched if you look at size-wise. They're under 6 feet.
Right.
Going against receivers that are over 6 feet. But the body position, especially on the slants, the quick inside routes, they've been right there, not allowing any spacing for the bigger-bodied Nevada receivers to have.
Good point. Butler breaks through, and he's got running room.
Uh-oh.
It's a foot race inside the 20, 10-5, touchdown. James Butler, 77 yards.
And that's the explosion that we talked about with Butler. Patience to the hole, speed through the hole, and the acceleration to the second level. You can take all the angles you want. If he gets out there, he's in front of you. That's 6 points. Just a sophomore, Ron Thulin. This kid's got a lot of football left to play. The Mountain West Conference will know who number 20 is moving forward. But I tell you, fantastic run. You love the patience, love the vision. And once he sees it and gets north and south, hard to bring down.
Well, he's already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's got 116 yards rushing. That one covered 77, and believe it or not, that was not his longest run of the year. That was a 91-yarder. Even though this offensive line has been racked by injuries, they've had to move people around, coaches were telling us how much pride they have in playing for the Union.
Offensive linemen are like they have their own fraternity. I know my college offensive linemen, to this day, they're still very close, and you love to see that there at Nevada with the Union. Older guys coming back, helping the younger guys out. That's how you have success.
Here's Kevin Nutt, has a 96-yard touchdown return on a kickoff this season. Gets to the 30, but we have penalty flags thrown. Now can Colorado State answer? Nothing doing on the first run.
And going back to the two-headed monster that Nevada has, Mike Bobo at Georgia was part of an offense that had that luxury when they could put one guy in and then his backup comes in and can take it the distance as well. But on the flip side, for Bobo's Rams, the penalty there on the kickoff, a nice kickoff return backs them up. They were 3-5 week 8. And he pulls his team aside and said, guys, we got to turn this thing around. He called it a come to Jesus moment. They routed off a ton of wins, a bunch of wins after that. But right now, penalties and poor play has been hurting them so far.
Wide open right down the middle. Pass is caught by Peralta, the tight end. That'll be good enough for a first down. Good job by Stevens pinpointing Nolan Peralta, only his second catch of the season.
And I was wondering when they were going to start looking at the seams, these tight ends up the seam, these seam routes. You see Peralta out of the backfield. The defenders lose him. They think he's running to the flats, runs up the seams, able to get vertical. That might be a weak spot for the Nevada defense.
That was a 22-yard pickup, the longest of his season. Back to the run game. And I like what you were talking about Mike Boba talking about how the first couple of games they just were turning the ball over. And you look at their turnovers in the first 3 or 4 games, they were averaging about 3 turnovers a game. But since they've gone to the majority of the run, the turnovers, they've only had 3 during this 4-game win streak.
Man, they were in football games, and then turnover here, a fumble here, an interception, or a penalty here is what helped the game slip away from them. And they had to learn that you can't stay in. I don't care what level of football you're playing. You can't stay in a game giving the ball back to the defense.
Stevens rifling the pass, caught by Higgins. Still on his feet. Nice move. Gets down to the 38-yard line. Higgins just missed a touchdown a few moments ago. This time another big catch. Once again, go to AmericanSportsNet.com/play and you can answer one of our other questions. And it's going to be, how many passing yards will Nick Stevens end up with? 2, 250, or 3? And you can vote starting right now.
It keeps finding Higgins. He'll end up in the 300 somewhere sometime soon.
And Stevens, nice little underneath screen. First down, inside the 20, inside the 10. Still on his feet, banging around down at about the 9-yard line. Pickup of 24 on the play. And that again is Izzy Matthews, the true freshman out of Redding, California.
Now he's shown me a little bit of everything. He's blocked well, catches the ball well. They put him down in 3-point stance, have him lead in the eye. And now catching out of the backfield. Nice little screen here, sets up. And the nimble feet, a guy that big being able to move that well, almost bounces right back up at the end of this play. Wasn't down. Knee and elbow never touched. Great body awareness, but I love a big fella like that can move like a small man, like watching Matthews run. See a guy like Mike Bobo in front of you showing emotion. Kids really buy into that.
This time Stevens fakes it to Izzy Matthews, keeps it, gets down to about the 5-yard line. That's where they'll mark it. Inside of 3 minutes to play here in the opening half. A couple of field goals gave Nevada the 6-0 lead. Colorado State scored on a touchdown, but then Nevada came right back to regain the advantage at 13-7. And now it is 2nd down and goal from the 5.
Let's see if they might try to slow down here and score so they don't give the ball back to this Nevada offense who's been hot.
Here's Matthews. Kind of like a little bowling ball, banging his way down the 3-yard line. Clock goes inside of 2 minutes and 20 to play.
Yeah, you got to make sure all your buckles are snapped up on your helmet when you line up and see 35 in the backfield, because he's bringing it. 4 carries for 43 yards. He's averaging over 10 yards a pop.
That'll work.
And when he gets north to south, brother, somebody's going to get hit.
That's right.
Usually it's the guy trying to tackle.
Let's see if they go to Higgins on 3rd and goal. Throwing over the middle. Pass incomplete. Damian Baber doing a nice job. Leads the team with 6 interceptions. That's going to force Colorado State to punt.
Yeah, I would never throw the ball Baber's way. He's got 6 picks in only 9 games. Great coverage here on a big tight end. Like he's on Cartwright there. And excellent coverage for a young player. Has a bright future for this Wolfpack defense. That young man Babers.
I think I said punt, I meant field goal, obviously. And here's Colorado State's Wyatt Bryant going to attempt a 21-yarder. Has hit at least 1 field goal in 10 of 11 games and make it 11-12.
Excellent bend but don't break job by Nevada's defense there. They allow Colorado State to move the football, but all they get out of it is a field goal. They could have gone up in halftime on this game, but Nevada's able to hang on. They're still leading this thing 13-10.
Here's Braxton Davis, the freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado, does a good job kicking off. 26 touchbacks already this season. Mitchell and Lawson set to receive the kick. Another short kick. Mitchell up over the 20 to the 25. Say goodbye to Elijah. Elijah Mitchell. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 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 2 minutes, 96 yards for Elijah Mitchell, the longest this year for him and the longest for Nevada this season.
And an excellent job by Mitchell fielding a tough kick. They designed this kick to pin him on the sideline. They try to get your kickoff team to fold in. He catches it, stays in bounds, and is able to pick his way back to the weaker side. Colorado State's kickoff team had folded down to that corner of the field. Nobody on the backside. You hope your back ones or fives are still back there. Your safety, he folds in too fast, and he just takes it back to the house untouched.
Boy,
excellent job. And just like that, Nevada's opened this thing up.
You know, we were talking to Brian Polian, the head coach of Nevada. He said, listen, the special teams will be the X factor in this game. Colorado State has had a lot of success, and the extra point is no good. That's going to hurt. So Colorado State has had a lot of success on special teams, a couple of kickoffs for a touchdown, a punt for a touchdown. He said, we've had problems with that because we've had as many as 5 starters out of our kickoff team.
And that's the third phase of this thing, offense, defense, and special teams. And that kick, you hope you pin the receiver to the sideline to where he just takes it straight up. You've got more bodies over there than they do blockers. But an excellent job. Him staying in bounds, picking his way back, and Mitchell takes it to the house, makes it look easy, turns on the Jets, untouched.
Suzo kicks it away. It'll be Vaden. Little hesitation, bounces to the outside, trying to get some kind of running room. He'll be shoved out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And trailing 19-10. Stevens will put it up, steps up in the pocket. Running room over the 40s, got the first down, close to the 45-yard line.
Now I want to see if they come out in a little bit of hurry-up mode. I want to see Stevens operate in a hurry-up mode of offense. See if they can get some points on the board, at least get a field goal out of this. But look at this. He pulls it down, and watch the blocking downfield. They do a good job making Sayal run the hump. And Dawkins, I see you laying into somebody out there. Love to see your running backs get out there and put the hammer on some secondary players and linebackers.
Stevens rolling, buying some time, throws on the run, complete up to the 40-yard line, and the clock will be stopped again with 52 seconds left. Nice catch by Rashard Higgins. That'll be his 4th catch so far tonight.
You talked about offense coordinator Will Friend. Excellent usage of the field. You roll your quarterback out, roll him away from Sayal, get him some blockers out front, and you also make a completion on the sideline, gets your receiver out of bounds and stops the clock. Very intelligent drive right now.
Stevens throwing pass complete. Another first down inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
The clock will temporarily stop while they get the chains moved. And they're back at the line of scrimmage. Great job by Stevens getting his offense lined up.
And Joe Hansley on the reception. Again, Stevens on the deep out, incomplete. You know, Joe Hansley, when he runs a pattern, his shoulders and his upper body don't move. People don't know which way he's going.
Not as hard. If you're a defender, it's very hard because you can't read where he's going to break. He can show you an in cut, but he can break out, and Hansley there sets up, finds a nice soft spot in the zone. Able to catch the ball, pick up the first down. 41 seconds left. Let's see if they can get some points out of this drive, at least a field goal if you're Colorado State. But you got to get something.
They still have 2 timeouts left. There's a good look at Joe, the senior out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. On 2nd down, into the end zone. That pass again overthrown.
Had a little bit of happy feet there, Stevens did, and wasn't able to set his feet and get that throw on. Looked like Cartwright. He was trying to hit him on the flag. Wasn't able to put the ball on the big fella. So 86, that ain't 240 pounds.
Yeah, really. All Mountain West Conference honorable mention. You know, he's shown so much confidence and execution during this win streak. Cartwright has. 3rd down and 10. Stevens, plenty of time, has to dump it short. Dawkins could not get the handle on it.
Dawkins had a great first half, but you got to catch that one there, young man.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hang on to that one. You never know. He makes a guy miss. He could be in the end zone on that. That was a huge play.
12 seconds left, and Mike Bobo knew that was the play to call because he had a lot of running room, and now they're going to have to attempt the field goal again. It is Wyatt Bryan. They'll mark it just inside the 20-yard line. Officially, it'll be a 30-yarder. He's already hit a 21-yarder. He's made 4 of his last 6. High snap. And it is good. So Brian with a couple of field goals made here in the opening half. And that's going to do it. So we've had a lot of field goals, a very exciting kickoff return. And Mike Bobo's squad will head to the locker room trailing in intermission 19-13. We send it now to our studios in West Palm Beach, Florida with Doug Bell and Jim Donning. Welcome back, and we've got an excellent second half coming your way. It wasn't quite the first half we expected. A little more passing than we thought would happen between two running teams. Was that a surprise to you?
It was absolutely a surprise, especially seeing Nick Stevens' numbers. He threw the ball 26 times, completed 11 of those passes. No interceptions, 185 yards, also no touchdowns. But I thought they would have came out and tried to slow the pace of the game down. They didn't do that. They lead in total yards. They lead in time of possession. But they trail in the football game because of big plays for Nevada.
Well, Nevada 4-1 when they're leading at halftime. And they have the advantage right now. And you can see all the numbers from the first 30 minutes of play. But, of course, the story was Nick Stevens and the job he did, at least for Colorado State in part, led him on a couple of long drives. But also, I think Izzy Matthews, the running back, he showed up well in that first half.
Yeah, he showed up very well. If you look at the numbers, you know, Colorado State could walk out here tonight with 500 yards plus of total offense and lose this football game. So they're moving the ball, not in the traditional way we're used to seeing the Rams move the ball. They're just not getting a lot of points out of it. They're starting to stall a lot in the red zone.
Well, Brian Polian just came out of the locker room for Nevada after talking to his coaches. Shea Pepler, you have spoken to him. His thoughts.
Yeah, I asked him what he thought of his offensive production in the first half. He said he thinks it's going very well. The only thing he did not like, 2 penalties for 15 yards. He said we got to get out of our own way. No more of that in the second half. Other than that, he just said we need to tighten up. We're not yet playing our best football. I want to see our best football here for our final game of the season, guys.
And Braxton Davis set to kick it away. Mitchell and Lawson set to receive it, standing at the 10-yard line.
Don't let Mitchell touch it.
No, 96-yard touchdown return on the kickoff in that opening half. And we are underway in the third, and they're going to squib it. And it's going to be Mitchell from about the 15-yard line. And he is barely tripped up as he gets close to the 25, and that's where Nevada will take over. And this offense. Jim Hofer, I was asking about getting into a rhythm as far as play calling in just one game. He said, good players and great plays will get me in the rhythm. And there is Jackson banging his way for a gain of about 4 on the play. Jackson, the 5'10", 210-pound senior out of Sacramento, California. And Coach Polian was saying when Jackson, he first met him, he said, you know, the guy was a pain in the butt. And he just can't get over how much Jackson has improved, not just on the field, but off the field as well, becoming a real man.
Has already graduated, is in grad school. A young man who came from a background that a lot of people don't make it out of and have the success that he's had. I tell you, Coach Polian is just one of the men in that young man's life that really helped shape and get him on track.
Now they're trying to make a simple pass to Jericho Richardson, incomplete. And that's one of the things Coach Polian said. We've got to take what the defense is giving us, especially on those short passes.
And I like what I saw. They come out on first down and get a nice little run inside 5 yards. Try to throw the perimeter pass a little high. Can't quite corral it in. But now you got 3rd and 5. This is a huge down for both. See what Nevada can do. In Colorado State here, you want to stop and force a punt, get this ball back, try to get good field position.
Nevada 1-4 on 3rd down. They need 5. Stewart looks to throw. The out pattern caught by Richardson. Penalty flag is thrown. He's got the first down. Run out of bounds at about the 45.
There's no foul for offensive pass interference. Result of the play is the first down.
I tell you, those rub routes the receivers run, there's a thin line between a rub route and pass interference. And you saw when you see a receiver clear out, you see 2 men just vanish and his teammates wide open in the flats. There's usually a rub route from the inside. That it's a pick play like basketball where you run your route, you get a guy caught, either has to go underneath or overneath, where you run right into him, you throw your hands in the air like you didn't do anything wrong. Your teammate's wide open. They made it work right there.
Well, it picked up 16 on the play. The third quarter is the best for Nevada as far as points are concerned. The out pattern caught again by Richardson, his second catch of the evening.
And I like the play calling right here of offense coordinator Coach Hoffer. They're going 2 by 2 with the receivers, and they're throwing the ball out to the perimeter. It's going to spread this Colorado State defense out. They're going to have to start covering a little wider, covering the sideline. You're finding big fella there out in the flats. And what happens is Jericho Richardson there picks up good yardage. You spread the defense out, then you get back in that pistol. You run the ball downhill. Nice zone plays are going to start picking up chunk yardage once that defense starts spreading out.
And I like the way they're moving Henderson and Richardson around, flipping sides, matching them up together. On 1st and 10, Stewart play fake. Looks, steps up in the pocket. Pressure comes and down he goes. He'll lose a couple on the play. Tried to step away from it, wasn't able to do it. Joe Kowalik was in on that, and a bunch of white and green jerseys.
And he wanted to go to Jericho Richardson deep, but it's a slow developing play. Got to wait for a lot to happen. Offensive lineman not able to hold up. Excellent pressure there by Colorado State. It was a slow developing play. He wanted to set his feet and get downfield, did not have time.
Kowalik with a career high tackles. Went over his previous high tonight. On 2nd down, little delayed draw. Jackson up the middle. Got the first down inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down right at the 20, but that'll move the sticks.
And there you go. You spread them out by formation, and then you run the ball inside. Nice wide splits by the offensive lineman. Created a natural hole. Jackson gets north and south. They run the little inside draw. Colorado State's having to defend the perimeter because Nevada's come out and throwing the football out on this drive. And just when they do, nice wide splits, they get out. Creates a nice seam for Jackson to get through.
That was a pickup of 13. 1st and 10, ball right on the 20-yard line. Opening drive of the third, a little razzle-dazzle. Richardson on the reverse, looks for a block, doesn't get a lot of them. Still on his feet and takes a big hit. Long run for a gain of about a yard.
I tell you, a lot of trickeration, but Joe Kowalik was not fooled at all, number 90 for Colorado State. You see Jackson take it and pitches it back to Henderson, and look at big fella. Look at number 90 fight through the quarterback. Come on now, Stu. You got to give me a little better effort on that block there. But big fella runs the play down. You'd love to see defensive linemen hustle like that, make plays. Only a 1-yard gain for Nevada.
All that running too. 2nd down and 9. Stewart rolls, throws incomplete. On that last play, we saw number 16 of Colorado State, Kevin Pierre-Louis. He's wearing 16. He normally wears 26. But the reason he's wearing 16 is because Trent Matthews, the outstanding strong safety, tore his ACL the final game of the regular season. Those two came in together. They're best of friends. So Kevin said, I'm going to wear my buddy's jersey tonight, and he's doing that. And Matthews is actually wearing Pierre-Louis's jersey on the sideline.
And that's big right there. You come in with guys. People don't understand that you spend more time with these guys than you do your own family. These become your brothers. And
right.
They've formed a bond that's so close. You can see it there wearing his buddy's jersey. I love those stories in college football.
Stewart tries to keep it, and he's going to lose a couple on the play. Again, good pressure right up the middle by Colorado State.
It's like Watson there. I tell you, that's the worst pressure for a quarterback is in his face. Colorado State's got good push all evening. Watson able to get there. Foster's been there early. And right when they needed a big stop, forces Nevada to go for a field goal.
And there you see Trent Mitchell. We'll tell you more about him in a little bit because he is an incredible man. Besides a football player, spent some time with him. He's awesome. Zuzo with the field goal, 41-yarder up on his way, and it is good. So Zuzu now with 3 field goals in the ball game, this one from 41 yards. Nevada extends their lead here in quarter number 3.
Now he's enjoying himself.
He's doing it.
Check him out.
Nice stash.
Kid after my own heart there.
He's got a little Ricardo Montalban's mustache working there, doesn't he? Colorado State fans obviously here in full force. Kevin Nutt, Jordan Vaden set to return the kick. And it's a long one. And that will back up 5 yards deep.
A lot of these young men and women, once they leave college, they're going to go into the workforce. And to see these young men and women come in as teenagers and leave as adults, young 20-something-year-old adults, as develop all the type of character they have and turn into the type of person they are. Those are the stories that I love to hear.
I agree with you.
In college athletics.
Well, that was Jason Oden's first carry of the ball game, the senior out of Buffalo, New York, and he picked up 8. Let's see if Colorado State just tries to grind this out offensively. Again, here's Oden again. Got the first down. Up over the 40, up to the 44-yard line.
And they're running the ball towards number 8, Say outside, to try to neutralize his rush and neutralize his upfield, wash him out of the play. You know, we've seen them use his aggression against him because he gets upfield with such tenacity. A nice run there by Oden Jr.
That's the first time Oden's healthy. He's been dinged up with shoulder and knee problems. 1st and 10 now for Colorado State at the 45-yard line. Matthews again, spin move. Makes his way inside the 35, still going down to the 30. What a carry by Matthews. Picked up 14.
He's a big guy that can get downhill, put his hand in the ground, play fullback, and then do this. Looks like a tailback here. Nice patience in the hole. Does a little cut, nice jump cut, and then the power comes in, dragging defenders.
And they'll keep it on the ground again with Matthews, and he gets a nice little chunk over the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. Coming up from that strong safety spot, Rufus, the redshirt freshman out of Bakersfield, California. A very young defensive backfield for Nevada. Hensley all alone, top of your screen. He's got a couple of catches tonight.
Higgins has been quiet.
Very quiet.
See if they go his direction.
They'll just hand it right off again to Oden. He bangs his way close to the first down, and he will get to the 20. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Oden, Dawkins, all these guys. Look at the patience there. Let everything wash down front side. Keep your feet active. Jump cut to the backside. I played running back. It's common sense. When you see the other team, when you see 6, 7 bodies fly across your upfield shoulder, there's got to be something backside. Keep your eyes peeled backside. Nice cut. Picks up the first down.
Now they've got Higgins top of your screen. They're playing him one-on-one. They're giving him a little bit of cushion. Let's see if Stevens goes after that matchup. Oden, not much going on. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Jason Oden out of Buffalo, New York. First time healthy this year. I mean, this is a young man that's got an incredible story. 3 years ago, Oden was working in a Walmart, the overnight shift. Said he wasn't doing really well and got back into playing football.
Got back into school.
Exactly. Yeah. And his life has turned completely around. 2nd down and 10. Stevens over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, almost picked off.
And that's a very, very dangerous throw. We talked about the sophomore first-year starter learning on the job. That's one of those that hopefully he doesn't do again. If you're Coach Bobo, you said do not. Coach Bobo is a former quarterback. That's one of those where his heart's in his throat when he sees this ball leave Stevens' hand. Not sure if that thumb or that grip is bothering him. If he wanted that ball to go elsewhere or have a different trajectory, but lucky they got away with one there. That could have been picked off.
Big time. Rufus had a shot at it. Now Higgins top of your screen. 3rd down and 10 for Colorado State. Looking for Higgins. Throwing. Pass is caught inside the 10, and it is Higgins. That'll be Higgins' 5th catch of the evening. But a good job by Stevens.
And nice patience. Bounces back from a bad toss. Sees the field. Feels bodies at his feet. He can feel the trash around his legs. Sayal diving, running the hump, not getting there. But Stevens stays patient. And Higgins, excellent route, excellent hands. That's why he's one of the best in the business. 5 for 87 for him tonight.
Now he comes to the near side. 1st and goal just inside the 10. Here's Oden. Cuts back. Touchdown, Colorado State. His 6th rushing touchdown of the year.
That's that old school toss power into the boundary. Fullback leads around. Guard pulls around. He wasn't touched, Ron Thulen, not till he got into the paint. Excellent blocking up front. Love to see power football. When you got 2 SEC guys and Bobo and Friend calling the plays, you're going to see some old school downhill smash mouth football. You see it there. Toss power to the boundary. 6 points.
That's more what we expected from this Colorado State team. 12 plays, 75 yards. Took them 5 minutes and 21 seconds, and it all ended up with Jason Oden with the touchdown. 22-20. The Wolfpack of Nevada is still on top by a deuce. And you've said a bunch of times since then, keep it away from him, but he's got it. Cuts back. Still on his feet. Gets corralled as he crosses the 30. Up to about the 35-yard line. That's where Nevada will take over. 1st and 10. 12 carries, 129 yards, and he adds to that, and he gets another first down all the way down to the 40-yard line. Butler, when you talk to the coaches about him, the word that keeps coming up is consistent, not only on the field, but off the field as well.
And you saw him look to the sideline there. Jackson kind of gave him a little nod, like, keep going, young fella.
And he's going again. Nice spin move. He stood up as he gets down to the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 4.5. And Butler's now looking over to the sideline saying, partner, you come in. And here comes Jackson.
He said, all right, man, I had enough. Usually when I was at Marshall, we tapped the helmet and your backup would come in. But they can just look at each other and say it. And he's getting a little winded there, but nice inside run. Picks up yards after contact. He's got a $145 on only 14 carries, Ron Thulen.
I'll tell you, there's the numbers right there. So now they go back to their second 1,000-yard rusher, and Jackson stumbles his way down to the 30. That should be good enough for another first down.
You know, and usually when the second guy comes in after the first guy's ripped off a few runs, defense can kind of get a bit of a breather. You know, when 20 checks out and 6 comes in, or vice versa, you're on defense. There ain't no breather.
That's exactly right.
You're the only one that's tired. And a fresh set of legs comes in, you're in trouble.
You're going to keep getting pounded. Well, he didn't get the first down. He's about a foot short. So it's 3rd down and less than a yard. Just give it back to Jackson. No, Stewart keeps it. Stretching the field. Is he going to get to the chains? Let's see where the officials mark him. And he will lose actually a yard on the play.
Like 33, Kevin Davis, excellent pursuit, running him down out of bounds, not letting him turn the corner. And they talked about it. Stewart can't move, doesn't have the straight line speed that Cody Fajardo, who ran the ball here and played quarterback so well here, had. A great job by Davis, number 33. They talked about Davis as a guy, Polian said, they got to find 33 because he can wreak havoc. Hasn't made a bunch of noise this evening, but makes the little plays. Made a little one right there, brings up 4th down.
4th down, less than a yard. Butler is checked back in, and he's got it. And he has stood up, and I'm not sure he got it. The officials are running right down the 30-yard line. That's where he needed to be.
I'm not sure, Ron.
I'm not either. And they say he did not get it.
Wow.
Well, Coach Polian is not happy. The Colorado State fans are. Let's take a look at it again. Doug, break it down for us on the big stop.
And you know what's coming here. Inside run. Butler gets in there. Gets denied. We'll be back in a bit.
Let's check in with Shea real quickly, because on the last series we saw Lenny Jones of Nevada go down. Shea, what's the update on him?
Yeah, he's back out on the field, guys. He's just having some issues with back spasms, as I'm told by the training staff. Also, I did hear Coach Polian talking to this defensive unit on the sidelines before they went out, and he basically just said, guys, we've got to get off blocks. It's imperative we get off blocks. Everyone get your head in the game. That is what needs to happen going forward.
Well, there is Lenny Jones making his presence felt. They tried to run the little wildcat, giving it to Nick Stevens, and he was dropped by Lenny Jones. That'll be his 7th sack of the year.
And Big Lenny's back looked fine to me on that play. Staying patient, staying home. Takes Cartwright, bull rushes him back into the play. They talked about it. Yeah, we hear a lot of Sayal's name. We see a lot of Sayal. They said, this is the guy here. You got to watch out for. Move him inside 3 technique, stand him up, put his hand down, be a wide 9, can rush the passer, and is smart enough to play the run. Fantastic football play.
Well, he didn't have a sack the previous 3 games. He gets one. His quarter number 3 comes to an end. We've got 1 quarter left of the inaugural Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. We head to the final quarter with Nevada winning 22-20. Well, Colorado State will begin the 4th quarter with the football, facing 2nd down and 15. And they'll keep it on the ground. Dawkins picks up a big chunk of yards over the 35 up to the 38-yard line. Makes 3rd down a little more manageable right now. You know, this Colorado State offensive line, the coaches call them fanatical, led by Sam Carlson, the outstanding right tackle. They're starting to impose their will right now on Nevada.
Hey, Dawkins now up over 50 yards, 58 yards actually, averaging 4.5 a carry. Nice quickness on that one, getting outside, jump cut, and getting north and south. Very impressive running backs for both teams tonight. This Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl.
Looking for Higgins. They find him. Tries to spin away from the coverage, but he does get the 1st down. So Hollywood Higgins, he has 6 catches tonight, over 90 yards. He has at least 1 reception in all 38 games he has played for Colorado State.
They control their own destiny right here. Offensive linemen, do your job. Quarterback, do your job. Skill guys, do your job. Eat the clock and at least get down in the field goal range, because a score of either kind puts you in the lead in this football game.
Well, Oden will be in the backfield. Higgins on the near side. Good job picking up the ball, Stevens, and he finds Higgins. And he has a new record for total receiving yards in Colorado State history. More importantly, he's got the 1st down to the 40.
And I know his mom is excited right now.
There
Her baby's out here putting on a show for mama. She surprised them. They almost bobbled this snap. You can't give Higgins that type of space. You're not going to be successful allowing him a free release off the line. Got to get inside, get up in his chest.
Yeah.
Can't let him get inside position in a free release.
Now they have the luxury of just going back to the ground game with Oden. And he'll get close to another 1st down, and he probably has it. You know, we've been talking the whole game about the cushion that Nevada is giving Higgins.
And you don't give it to a guy like Higgins. That's the type of guy you have to be disruptive. If you're going to commit to stopping him, get a corner in front of his face, maybe bracket him every once in a while, bump him, get physical with him, get him off of his route. But you can't let him get free inside release. Look at the numbers, 8 for $123. I told you, Hollywood Higgins is heating up late in this football game.
And he is that. Now he's at the top of the screen, joined by Hansley. Oden, nice little stutter step, gets down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play, as we go inside of 6 minutes to play in the contest.
You tell your running backs, hang on to the ball in traffic, both hands on it. You tell Nick Stevens, snap the ball with single digits on the clock. The clock is our friend and Nevada's enemy right now.
Well, Izzy Matthews is checked into the backfield as Higgins goes to the top of your screen. Matthews, nice little stiff arm, powers his way inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, this young man, he's only a freshman. Did time running the football the last 5 games. Great future.
Hey, you know, I call those runs right here, Ron Thorland. This is one of them get in the weight room type runs. You see Matthews get inside. Get in the weight room. Get up off me, okay? I'm telling you, hey, that young man, they got him listed at 215. I'm 215, Ron.
No, he is not 215.
He ain't 215.
He's got 82 yards on 10 carries, 8.2 average. And he'll do it again. Inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Clock running inside of 5 to play.
And if I'm a DB right now, I'm telling my front 7, come on, hey, y'all get 35 on the ground, because I don't want any parts of him once he got a 9-10-yard head of steam coming at me. Over 100 yards total offense for Matthews tonight.
Why not keep it on the ground with Matthews again? Gets close to the 10 as we check in with Monica on the sideline.
Hey guys, we're talking so much about the ground game. Another contributor, Dalen Dawkins. He just had that left wrist retaped. This tape actually went through his fingers. Doug, maybe you can elaborate on why a trainer would do that. They were able to put his glove back over the new tape job. He's still working with the trainer. The glove is coming back off. They're going to make some adjustments, but it looks like he will try to get back in this game.
Looks like it might be a hand injury of some sort, and they tape through the fingers to try to support and give that hand a little more stability with the tape.
They are within field goal range at this point. Looking for Higgins into the end zone, overthrown.
And that's the timing. We talked about it. That's the timing that these two, they don't have as good of timing as Higgins had with Garrett Grayson. And it's okay. But these are the throws right here where there's timing. Take a little bit off that ball, time your jump a little better. Know your athlete, know your receiver. You can read his body. And now they're going to attempt, looks like a 38-yarder here.
Wyatt Bryan will attempt, as you said, a 38-yard field goal. His long on the season is 44. He's 4 of 5 coming into this game from this distance. High snap. They get the ball down on the way. And it is good. So Wyatt Bryan with a 21-yard field goal, a 30-yarder, and now a 38-yarder to give Colorado State the lead. The situation is this: 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the ball game. Colorado State with a 1-point advantage, 23-22. Nevada will get the football. Wyatt Bryan set to kick it away, and Elijah Mitchell standing back inside the 10-yard line, already with a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. We were joking during the break, if you kick to him, you should be kicked off the team.
Yeah, don't kick that ball to that young man.
Bryan's kick. And it's going to go to Mitchell right at the goal line. Cuts back up the middle, still on his feet, spins his way over the 25 to the 27-yard line. That's where Nevada will begin play with 3:34 left in the contest. Here is Butler. Up the middle, crosses the 40 up to the 45-yard line.
And see, here's
they're
the
going to
question.
say he's down to the 43.
Here's the question, Ron, is that you ask, was that field goal enough?
That's a great point.
They got some points out of it, puts them up by 1, but the way that Nevada's able to move the ball, they kick another field goal. It's their game again. Did they have to get a touchdown, which they didn't get?
Here's Stewart going a little NASCAR on us. Over the 50, inside the 45-yard line. Here is what the 2,000-yard rushers have done tonight. Jackson didn't start the first quarter, has been limited in his number of carries, but Butler a big night tonight, including a 77-yard touchdown scamper.
Yeah, if you're getting 200 yards rushing from your running back position combined, doesn't matter if it's been split up between 3 guys, 4 guys, 2 guys, you're getting those type of numbers from the running back position. That's the keys to victory. You're going to win a lot of football games like that.
And here is Butler, and he is stacked up after a gain of 1 as we go inside of 3 minutes left in the ball game. Once again, Brett Zuzo, an outstanding field goal kicker. He's got a 20-yarder, a 37-yarder, and a 41-yarder already tonight.
And Jackson has on no helmet, which may mean he might be done for the night, so maybe Butler's show from here on out.
Stewart throws it behind his receiver, Hassan Henderson, who makes a great catch and gets down to the 20. Good heads-up play by Henderson.
But then do you slow things down here if you're Nevada? You slow it down and score and don't give the ball back to Colorado State with much time. But we talked about the size advantage they have on the perimeter with these receivers. And watch this. Back shoulder fade.
Yeah.
And then once he catches it, it's just a bigger man trying to be tackled by a smaller man. It's physics, Ron Thula.
That's exactly.
Which I didn't do well in school. No. But right there, you can see it's working. Big man versus small man. Big man wins.
That's only his second catch. Butler dances his way, slips a couple of tackles inside the 10 down to the 6.
I tell you, man, that young man is in the zone. He is in the zone right now. Colorado State cannot stop the bleeding.
Already has his 5th 100-yard game rushing. Got it tonight. I tell you, he is so elusive. And he's only a sophomore. Now they've got 1st and goal with 1:45 to play in the contest. Ball on the 7-yard line. Butler in the backfield again. And they're just letting the clock run down.
Smart football.
Why not? Here's Butler. Stacked up at the line. No place to go, and the Rams cover him up. No gain on the play. Clock running with 1:18 left in the contest.
And this Colorado State D has stiffened up well when they've needed to. If I'm Colorado State, If I'm caught.
Well, Jackson, as you mentioned, the helmet is off. He's probably not going to be playing anymore tonight.
Yeah, when you see that helmet taken away from a player, he's done for the night.
Second down and goal. Ball still on the 7-yard line. Butler in the backfield. Butler inside the 5, maybe down to the 4-yard line. Clock is going to be stopped with 1:13 to play. Colorado State calling the timeout. That'll be their final timeout. But now they face third down and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. Butler inside the 5, powering his way, reaching for the touchdown. Touchdown, Nevada.
So you asked who the MVP was, huh?
Yeah, I think we just answered that bad boy. His 10th rushing touchdown of the year, and this is pure effort.
Pure effort. You talked about his size. He runs like a man much bigger than what his height and weight is listed as. And you love a young back with a nose for the end zone. Knows where it is, sniffs it out, and will not be denied.
The Union, the offensive line for Nevada, has done an outstanding job. Nevada has lost 3 straight bowl games. The last win came versus Boston College in 2011. Trying to move their record to 7-6 on the season. But you look at the fact they are 6-6. 3 losses were by 7 points or less this year, and that really ate at Coach Polian. But now will Rashard Hollywood Higgins come up with a big play and try to salvage the win for Colorado State. But first, the 2-point conversion.
Because Colorado State's going to get this, their offense is going to get this ball back with under a minute in this game.
And no timeouts.
They got to have something dialed up over there right now. They got to be huddled up, getting some stuff together.
Butler not going to get it. So the score will remain 28-23, 1:06 to play in the ball game. Colorado State will have it after the kickoff, and they will have no timeouts remaining.
When you and your boys put together a big drive like that, put yourselves up late in the game where you could possibly win it, and you go sit next to those big old uglies,
yeah.
and you just love on them a little bit. You love loving on them big old offensive linemen because they open those holes up for you. Love to see that relationship between running back and offensive line.
Here is Kevin Nutt Jr. looking for any kind of running room, gets over the 25 up to the 27-yard line. 59 seconds left to play. 4-man rush. Stevens caught up over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Jordan Vaden. That's his first catch of the evening. This one
guys like Jordan Vaden got to eat. You know they're looking for 82.
That's right.
Vaden, you're going to get man-to-man coverage, brother. All your other receivers going to get man-to-man. You got to get open.
Pass caught again up over the 40 to the 44-yard line. Stephen Walker, his first catch of the year, of the game.
Best catch of the night.
By far.
Best catch of the night right there.
47 seconds left to play. 7th different receiver to catch a pass. Stevens corralled as he throws it. Incomplete, but that will stop the clock. Let's go back to the catch by Walker.
There's Jones on that edge rush, but let's watch that again. Best catch of, this is a dropped ball in the NFL. That's a tough catch. Back shoulder pirouette in the air, find the ball, and he's not a small guy. That's, receivers have a hard time bringing that catch in. You see a big fella like that, tight end bringing it in.
Stevens rolls away from Sayal, dumps it off to Higgins. Gets to the 50. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to play. How he got out of bounds is beyond me, because it didn't look like he was going to make it.
Well, he had to work to get out there, too. They know they have no timeouts left. Time is not their friend. You catch this, there's nothing there. Get to the white paint.
Now Higgins on the near side. Clock about to run. We've got movement. First, Nevada jumped off sides. And then the right side of that line, Sam Carlson also moved for Colorado State. And everybody's pointing at everybody.
Offside. defense, number 94, 5-yard penalty, resulting in a first down.
That's Lenny Jones.
Oh, Ron, we wanted a good one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It's going to come down to it.
You know, and you and I were talking yesterday, and you look at all the bowl games, this was probably going to be the most competitive when you really look at outside of obviously the semifinals, but this was going to be the most competitive.
And there's nothing better than a good bowl game, a good season-ending game. You don't ever want to see a blowout. I don't care what game you're watching.
Exactly.
You want to see a very good, hard-fought football game where both teams are in it to the end.
4 wide receiver set. Stevens throws incomplete. Pass was intended for Walker again.
And Walker,
31 seconds to play.
Walker giveth, and he taketh away. That one right through his hands. Caught the tough one. That one zips right through the fingertips. A lot of steam on that ball from Stevens. Fortunately, the clock has stopped. They have got to get the ball into the blue paint.
Now Jordan Vaden, top of your screen. They're giving him about 8 yards of cushion. Higgins is on the near side. Stevens straight drop, goes over the middle. That'll be a first down to Dawkins coming out of the backfield, and the clock should stop for a second. And it does with 23 to play.
Dawkins is a tough guy, man. He's out there fighting it. Went out a little nicked up, comes in and makes a tough catch over the middle.
They'll put it up in the air again, over the middle again, and that'll be another first down. Complete to Walker again.
And that clock temporarily stops. Let's see how fast they can get on the line of scrimmage, get this play called, and be ready to go when those chains stop.
Stevens throws into the flat. Pass is caught by Vaden. Stays in bounds.
Spike it. They got to kill it.
They're not going to have time. 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Wow. What a ball game.
Outstanding game. Obviously, the motion for Lenny Jones as his career comes to an end. Coach Bobo was looking to become the first Colorado State head coach to get 8 wins in his first season. Comes up a little bit short, but boy, what a finish. Vaden made a nice catch, couldn't get out of bounds. There was only 7 seconds on the clock, and there was no way they could stop him.
I think Vaden may have lost himself a bit where he was on the field at the time. He didn't know he was that close to the sideline, got a couple extra yards, but great football game regardless.
Let's go down to Shea, standing by with Coach Polian. Shea.
Well, Coach, you joked you only had 1 shot at it. Second shot, you got the W. What did it come down to in this one?
Really just our conviction, our character. For us to go down and run the ball down the field, and James Butler played out of his mind. It wasn't pretty on defense the whole night, but when we needed to make a play, our kids found a way. I'm just so proud of our guys.
You said special teams was going to be an X factor in this one, and it did result in a touchdown. What was the message to your players after that?
We won the special teams today, and that was going to be the X factor in the game. The missed extra point kind of haunted us, but the kickoff return for a touchdown, and really, I felt like we covered very well today. And again, all the credit to our assistant coaches and to our kids. This was a hell of a job by our guys.
First kickoff return for a touchdown since 1998, so very exciting. Coach Polian, congrats. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
You know, hanging around this team the last couple of days, they're really a tight-knit group, quite a family. They're more of a grinded out kind of. If you're looking for go to a school that has an iPod docking station in your locker room, you're not going to find it at Nevada. What you're going to find is a very tight family led by their head coach. Well, that wraps it up. Once again, the final score. Congratulations to Nevada, 28-23 over Colorado State. And thanks to all our friends at Nova Home Loans and CampusInsiders.com. For more live broadcast features and information, go to CampusInsiders.com. This has been an exclusive presentation of Silver Chalice Ventures on Campus Insiders and one.